Hi everyone, TSW here, and in this video I'm going to be going through heroic mode Ahn'kahet, the Old Kingdom. It's the Old Kingdom, okay? So there's lots of apostrophes in names in this dungeon. Okay, so starting off, we just killed 2 mobs. You want to grab the quest outside. It's a daily quest for heroic called All Things in Good Time. And basically you loot a corpse from the mob. It has a 60-minute duration, and you use that corpse on the fire after the last boss. And it's a daily quest you can always do alongside heroic mode, Old Kingdom. So that's great. So we have Ahn'kahet spellflingers. They have an 8-second cast, which will almost one-shot, if not outright one-shot your tank or any other player in the party. So that's the most important thing in the trash up to the first boss. Nothing matters anywhere near as much as the Ahn'kahet spellflingers cast. So you'll see here, I charge in to try and just pull 1 pack. We end up pulling 2, so we've got 2 spellflingers. I mark skull on 1 and I focus the second, so I can keep tabs on both casts. I actually lose focus of the I can't see the cast of the first mob because I don't have cast bars on all of the target on the enemy nameplates, so I just pop shield wall to play it safe. And before you know it, you're on the first boss, Elder Nadox. Now, it's a fairly simple tank and spank. He just summons some little adds until he summons the Guardian add. And at which point the Guardian spawns, there's an aura making every other mob immune to damage. So just kill the boss until the Guardian comes, then kill the Guardian, and then continue to focus the boss and off cleave the adds. The adds don't do too much. There are some larger little adds as the fight goes on, but it's not very scary at all. Just tank the boss, and then as soon as the Guardian spawns, kill the Guardian, and then you can attack the boss once more. Repeat until the boss dies. Easy. Now just grabbing these little adds. They're very simple, and then all of a sudden we've got some massive adds. So we've got these big boys over here. Now these guys fear, so just make sure that you're dropping a tremor totem or you've got something to counteract that fear, because if you are like us, skipping a few trash packs here and there, you don't want to be ninja pulling through the fear. Now, in order to have access to the second boss, you have to click these, I don't know what they're called, these things in the middle of these platforms. And after clicking both of them, one on each of the platforms, you'll grant access to the boss. The boss is currently, levitating up in the sky or something. So clicking these will bring him down to the ground. And these little ghost mobs, what are they called? I can't quite see it in the preview because it's going too quickly. They are going to they basically explode when they die, and they do the knockback there. So you want to just be careful, because if you're not full HP and both of the ghost mobs die at the same time, you could potentially have deaths. We're pulling another big guy here. Again, he's going to be doing the fear. There's the fear. I can Berserker Rage, but I think we might have a tremor down. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, and now we're at the second boss, which can pose an issue. So what he does is, he's a vampire, right? So we lust, we damage him, and then he disappears. Like Morose, he does a vanish, and then he'll embrace on somebody, which he'll just suck their life out of them, drain life effect. And then he'll conjure these fireballs. I'm just running around just to show you what they do. So if you get close to them, you'll take fire damage, and there'll be a beam linking you to the fireball that he conjures. So basically just run away from these fireballs, and you see he starts to try and do one at the end, but we've killed him. So just the most important thing is just run away from the fireballs that he conjures, and that's it. One thing you can do is all stack on one side of the room, then when the conjure fireballs appear, you can just sprint to the opposite side of the room, and then you negate that mechanic massively. But it's not needed if you can survive otherwise, like we did. Lucky us. So now this is the multiple optional bosses in this dungeon. This is one of them. Well, this is the first one. Ooh, damaged necklace. Let's hope I win that. Okay, so this boss is kind of fun. What he does is he has a debuff called mini. And what this does is reduces your defense by 500. So that's a lot. You're going to be crit and you're not going to have a good time. And he also, so to get rid of the mini debuff, you need to kill some of these mushrooms. Now, not just any of the mushrooms. You want to kill the healthy mushrooms. So the poison mushrooms will give you a debuff, and the healthy mushrooms will get rid of their mini debuff. So the mini debuff again reduces all damage you do by 75%. So if you're a damage dealer, just stand next to a healthy mushroom, you get the mini debuff, kill the mushroom. It has very little HP, so you'll one-shot it with basically any ability. And kill it, kill the mushroom, and then go back to killing the boss. Very straightforward. Not too much to say about that. So now we have the second optional boss. We actually, I try and do some skips here. It doesn't go terribly well, and we actually end up wiping. So what I'm asking the priest to do, actually, I don't think I even ask him. I just try and skip to the right without asking for a Mind Soothe. We end up pulling 2 packs. I get scared because there's a patrol coming in front of where I'm looking now. And yeah, I end up dying. Oops. Okay, so to try again, with Mind Soothed on the left, I'm pulling this caster pack. This elemental pack. This elemental pack can be a little bit scary just because there's lots of casts going on, and the pack on the left, which we will skip and we've Mind Soothed, the most important thing that they probably do is the Flame Strike. So you obviously want to interrupt the Flame Strike, or you can just avoid standing in the Flame Strike if it is cast. So again, those 2 packs are quite dangerous, and I'm not surprised we wiped when we pulled both of them, because they're probably the scariest packs in my experience playing a warrior tank. You can just die when you have very low gear, or if you pull 2 of them, 2 packs at once. Okay, so next boss we have Jadoga Shadowseeker. Now this is an annoying Wrath of the Lich King boss because you can't attack the boss full time. Is it percentage based? I'm not sure, but she'll every once in a while just elevate into the sky and become unattackable. And then she'll have these disciple people who will just walk towards her and enrage her because they'll sacrifice themselves. So you need to kill them before they reach the circle in the middle of the room, the purple thing you see here. Kill them before then, and she won't enrage. If she does enrage, she'll deal 200% damage, and apparently the enrage duration is based on how much HP the NPC that's sacrificing themselves has left remaining. So if you deal no damage to the ad when it sacrifices itself to the boss, the enrage will last a long time, but if it's got 10% HP, it'll be significantly less. We do a little skip on the opposite side, just hugging the wall, and before you know it, you're on the last boss. All these videos are sped up ×2, so ignoring the wipe, it's about a 20-minute run. I think a lot of the dungeons are specifically made to hit this kind of time frame. One reason why I think some of the bosses have mechanics which mean you can't kill the boss quicker than a certain amount of time. That's just my theory. So these mobs, they do like a shadow crash kind of ability. Just move out of it. The hunter took it on the nose and he's fine. They also do a fear, I think, but most of the time you'll kill them before they do the fear. So the last boss is Herald Volazj. What he does is a insanity cast at 66% and roughly 33%. So he casts insanity, and then you're phased away from everybody else in your group, and you need to kill copies of your group members. Once you kill every copy of your group, you'll get phased into somebody else's phase with the copies that they have remaining up. So you basically just go around helping each other kill their copies in their phase. Once everybody's killed their copies, you go back to the tank and spank phase with the boss. Do this twice, once at 66% and once at 33%, and that's it. There's a Mind Flay, it doesn't do too much damage, and there's also a Shadow Bolt Volley, which again doesn't do too much damage. So remember, at the beginning, you could get the daily quest to loot the corpse with a 60-minute duration. Up here is the fire, where you'll use that corpse, and then you can hand in the quest at the entrance of the dungeon. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!